We're 20,000 leagues under the sea. Welcome to the Atlantis. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Up first is the... First up, we have the Sandman from Spain, coming off a very close win.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Spain, wearing the red...
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
Todd, right, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here at this...
You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. How about that time counter shot? Those counter punches have to hurt. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. He missed with that jab. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter shot. Just missed with that hook. This fighter does everything behind the jab. Their opponent has got to watch out for that. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, there is no doubt about who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If you...
And there's the bell to start round two. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he misses with that straight left. Which fighter will say no mas? They exchange punches. Looking to land the hook. You can see from the record, this fighter is fantastic and is really difficult to get past. Punch, counter punch. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. He misses with that jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. A perfect counter shot. Left uppercut doesn't score. That counter punch caught him clean. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
And there's the bell to start round 3. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter shot. Nice slip to avoid the jab. That hook was off target. He misses with that jab. Well done with that counter shot. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
There's a counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. One punch could change everything in this battle. Nice counter. No secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this.
Back at it in round 4. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Punching. Nice defense there, blocking the hook. Good counter punch. The perfect counter lands. And he scores with the counter. Nice counter shot. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Can't land the jab there. Beautiful counter punch. Trying to land that jab. You can believe this, Joe Calzaghe in some serious trouble. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker.
And there's the bell for round 5. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
punch and just got countered. Catch and shoot.
Back and forth they go. These two were made for each other.
Nobody home with that hook. That counter shot lands. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming.
You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a buck.
Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, and Joe Calzaghe just took a heavy shot. I thought that was the end, but here we go again. Back into the fire.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of...
On to the 6th round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Missed him with that uppercut.
The jab doesn't quite connect.
Nice counter punch. Beautiful counter shot.
Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Failing to score with that right hook. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. I promise you, all 3 judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight because if they...
Here comes round 7. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Threw the uppercut, but did not score. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Incredible work rate. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The Prince of Wales is down, and he dropped him. The perfect sniper shot. Let's watch it again one more time.
I've got to see that again.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big mistake.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. This next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
To make or break a fighter.
And we enter the 8th round. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Having a hard time finding a home with that right uppercut. He just misses with that jab. And he scores with the counter. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Good counter punch. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Jab does not score. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
There's the bell to start round 9. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. A lot of effort being exerted here. Those counter punches have to hurt. His stamina is off the charts. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot.
Holding nothing back here in the round. Lucky to have avoided that uppercut. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
There's a lot on the line here.
This is the 10th. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Beautiful counter punch.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost?
Can't land that jab. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That jab misses. Stamina is off the charts. Both men step back for just a moment. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. About these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
There's the bell to start round 11. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered.
Swing and a miss with that hook.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. The perfect counter lands. He threw a punch and just got countered. A straight right just misses. That time counter shot.
His stamina is off the charts.
counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
This is when you talk about championship material.
There's the bell for round 12. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
What are they doing that round? Are they trying to get an early night? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Beautiful counter punch. Missing with the hook. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Missing with that right hook. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, here is your winner by unanimous decision and the new SCI champion, the Sandman.
Everybody out to the samurai.